All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I am your host, JK'z. This is JK'z Rewatchable Hour. I am with George and Jackie. We are talking, uh, we're giving our opinions and comments and some hatred, some likes for anything reality TV show out there. Right before we came back from commercial, Jackie, you were talking about the TV show Big Brother. Now, here's a shocker. I have no idea what that is. So why don't you open up the second part of the show with that?
It's a house, and basically people wanted to get onto this show. So I would say what, like 10 people maybe? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know how many.
Um, yeah, and then the host was that like Julie Chen or something. I can't remember that
Yeah,
either, but
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I think she's still the host to this day. I think that's still happening. But I watched the first couple, and you know, you do. You have to make alliances. People really, really love to watch this show. So, you have to make alliances, and then you get head of household if you win a game or an obstacle. You're doing behind the scenes stuff. You're talking behind this one's back to make friends with this one. Whoever seems to be the strongest and the one everybody listens to, I'm going to make an alliance with this one. And it's, yeah, you're just, well, and usually people do, they have sex, they find each other, they have sex, and,
Yeah.
this one's having sex with this one. And, you're all on camera.
Right. Right.
Um, in relation to this, now my sister loves Below Deck. They're on a show, they're on a boat, it could be a sailboat, which they have one of those now. People are renting or 3 days, and they have the whole crew of the boat. So it's either a really nice yacht or like more like a sailboat, whatever season that you watch. Now, my sister was a big fan of that, so I watched plenty of those to where the whole, like, you have the cook, you've got the cleaners, and like I don't even know the proper names. You got the crewmen, and then those that clean and are, have their little skirts on and like are basically serving and cleaning the rooms and such. And then you got the captain of the boat, whichever season it's on, you got a male or a female captain, and the whole crew is either trying to hook up with each other and having sex. So,
Now,
Wow.
if I remember Big Brother correctly, they had no contact with the outside world while they're inside
right.
that house. Because even the backyard, it's got a big fence
Fake.
around the
Yep.
yard. They never
Or
leave
it's
the house.
fake.
They never, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they never leave the property.
Right.
As
And
a matter of fact, yeah,
if you win a competition, you might be able to get a video call
right,
or a
right,
call on the
yeah, yeah,
phone.
yeah, video or a call from home or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there was one time something happened, uh, like in the world, whatever. I don't want to say, I don't know if it was 9/11 or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. And somebody tried to send up like a balloon or something.
Oh wow.
I know that even hit the news. Like they tried to send a balloon up so they could read it or whatever. And all of a sudden, like a loudspeaker spoke out and says, everybody from the Big Brother house must enter the house and stay away from the windows until they took care of the balloon and got rid of it or whatever it was. I
Gotcha.
remember that. That's the only reason I remember is because something happened in real life, like in the world, in the real world, and somebody was trying to tip them off or whatever. Knew where the
Gotcha.
Big Brother house was and was trying to tip them off. Hey, look, look what just happened. Look what you missed.
Mhm.
I just
Um,
know that. I know they had no contact with the outside world.
Gotcha. Just before I hand it over to George for his, I was taking notes because one of the shows that I watched, but I didn't watch, I watched because I just was like, you guys are adults and you're acting fucking stupid. And again, if that's how they are, that's how they are. I don't understand, but whatever. I mean, I know when we get together, we're kind of stupid, we're kind of crazy, we make jokes, but tell me if this show rings a bell. Jersey Shore.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, I will admit I watched several shows. Okay, I thought Paulie D. I don't know his real name. I thought he was just, and rightfully so. I guess he was a very arrogant individual. But I mean, I don't know if it
Actually,
was.
I've seen him. I've seen him on a few things since then. He's actually a down to earth,
Good,
regular guy.
Because when he
I
would,
mean, at least he came off that way on the other things I've seen him on.
right,
I don't know if
Is he the DJ?
yeah, he was the DJ who did it for
yeah,
50
yeah,
Cent. Yeah, he was DJing for 50
yeah,
Cent. And then
yeah,
what's her name? Snooki? I'm sorry,
yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I know, like, if we get together, one of us is going, or some of us are going to drink, right? But I don't think we're going to make a stupid ass out of ourselves repeatedly like Snooki did. And that's the only female I know on there. It was just, it seemed like, because that's what led on to that Florida Bama spinoff. It just seemed like
Yeah.
I watched that one.
the more obnoxious, the more crazy, the more arrested you got, the more sexual exposure you got.
Right.
And then, like,
Well,
you're getting mad. I mean, the equivalent to that would be the six of us or the eight of us, however many it is, and we're all messing around with somebody's wife. And you're like, but you know what's happening, but you're going to get mad because you're doing the same thing. And it's like,
right.
it's just stupid. And it's like, and they all became such stars for being stupid. And but if I do it, you guys are going to be like, dude, like, what the hell is your problem?
Yeah.
And if I kept on doing it, you guys are going to be like, you're just, I mean, but they're like, yeah, keep on doing it. Yeah, hey, you got arrested. It's just, I don't know.
I guess the biggest thing is the drama is ratings. I mean, it's what it's all about. I mean, let's face it. They throw us into a house and we just kind of hang out, and drink a little. I mean, how many people are going to watch it? If we do nothing, if we do, I'm saying if we just, hang out and do regular everyday things that we do in our everyday life, people are going to be like, well, this is stupid.
Yep.
I'm not going to watch it. So the drama, the drama brings it on. So that, gets ratings, gets people to watch. Well, what stupid thing are they going to do tonight?
I think George is insinuating that the six of us should get a house together somewhere on a beach and put cameras all over the house. Yes. Very
all right. I don't. Maybe somebody will watch.
Now that might get some views.
Yeah. Now I'm okay with us getting a house on the beach somewhere, and hanging out for a couple months,
Hell yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying, like, it just seemed, like the more Paulie D drank, or I'm sorry, I don't know the other cats, but like they were all judging those two, and then the next episode they were doing the exact same friggin' thing, and it's I don't know. It just I thought
Mike, Paulie D, Snooki. I can't remember the other chick's name. And it's GTL, baby, Gym, Tan, and Laundry.
And Paulie D's thing was, Cat's here. It just, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind if somebody's having a good time and whatever, but like, I don't know. It would be like me getting completely stupid ass drunk, and you guys are like, "Oh, you're stupid," and then all of a sudden the next day George goes and does the same thing, and then Eric went drink, but then say Jackie gets completely stupid ass drunk, and it's like, I don't know. I always thought those were just thought that they were better than everybody, and
I think it's guided script. This is what you guys should try to do tonight.
Right.
You're right. I think so, because you're right. Because if it was boring, like you said, you put the six of us in the house, if we didn't do anything, you'd be like, "This is it. They're just normal people." But if Paulie D gets drunk and spits on somebody, or Mike, whatever,
yeah.
So George, was it you who brought up the real world?
I'm not sure if I brought it up,
Road rules.
but road rules.
Road rules.
Road
Talk
rules.
about that.
Road rules was kind of. It was an MTV show, and I know they lived in a house together, but they did competitions like every day, and they earned things, and I think and then somehow they were eliminated, and sometimes it was teams, and it was just, and I obviously you saw drama when they were at the house, but when they were at the competition, it was just a competition, and you won, and I think the winner at the end got money. But and that's all it was. And I think there was a crossover where guys from people from the real world were on Road Rules. And I think it was Road Rules. I could be wrong on the name, but I think that's what it was called. I think that's what it was called. It was around the same time period as Real World.
In Road Rules, did they do like a lot of competition on the beach, like races?
Yeah. A lot of it was on the beach and stuff like that. And I didn't watch a lot of it, but I did watch some of it. And some of the competition, I mean, they were real like obstacle courses and different things, and
that I remember. Yeah,
and that part was fun to watch, because it's regular. I don't. Obviously, we've seen competitions, like we have coming up. We have the Olympics coming up this year, and that's athletes. That's people that have basically trained to do what they're competing in their entire life. I mean, they were, from the time they were old enough and showed an interest in, because it's the Winter Olympics, right? Yeah, it's the Winter Olympics coming up. So like somebody, grew up and at 4 years old, they were a really good skier and they've been training to ski their entire life.
Right.
Or the hockey players, they have been playing like Eric. I mean, Eric was playing hockey. I mean, when I met Eric many, many years ago, I mean, I was maybe 9 or 10 when I met Eric, and he's younger than I am. He was playing hockey then.
Yep.
So it's like that. They've been playing hockey their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing whatever sports they're going to compete in this Olympics. Whereas like Road Rules was take 20 regular people, I mean, yes, they might be athletic, but they're not athletic enough to be a hockey player, a baseball player, a basketball player. They're not athletic enough to go pro or even semi-pro.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They're just, and then you're going to put them in an obstacle course or something like that. And I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I remember seeing bits and pieces. I think I actually watched one. That's why I asked if there was obstacles on the beach, because some woman just kicked the crap out of like this obstacle. I mean, she was I don't remember anything other than that.
Yeah. One that showed a lot of competition that I liked. My part is there were some pretty disgusting things on the show. Was Fear Factor.
That's what I was thinking that too when you were saying Road Rules.
I loved some of the competitions. Like like there was one I saw where you had to hold on to a rope ladder on a helicopter. Now, obviously, you were either over water or they had a harness on you. But if whoever lasted the longest.
Or you're in a box with snakes or spiders or mice.
That was the part. It's like if you're in a box with... See, I'd be okay if I was in a box with the snakes because they're not poisonous. I know they're not poisonous. But my problem would be is something like...
Eating.
I'd be put in a box with rats.
Oh, yeah. They did that
and
too.
I'm like, I'm out.
Or
I'm
the
out.
eating competition.
You're right. And
the what?
The eating the
ones,
balls,
yes.
the goat's balls.
There was one where I remember one episode where they basically all you had to do when you were done was drink this shake. But it was you spun a wheel or you rolled a die or something like that, and it was like, well, okay, well now you're getting I don't know, you're getting bull testicles, you're getting this and this and this. But the problem is like some people wouldn't have a problem with, bull testicles because some people,
Eyeballs.
stuff like that. And then they grind it up. But the thing is, they need a liquid. I think the liquid was bile.
So they
And
got
I'm like,
sick.
yeah, I'm like, that's gross.
Mhm.
If I went for a show like that, that'd be the show I got. It'd be like you have to lay in this pit with
And it was only
rats.
for 50,000, right?
25
Yeah.
or something. It
It
wasn't
was
like
It wasn't
25.
a lot. Yeah, it was not a lot of money.
the
And I
one that
saw
got
one.
me.
I saw one, and back then I don't watch it as much now. But I used to be into wrestling. I don't watch it anymore. But there was one that was all wrestlers on the show. They were
Yeah,
doing it for $25,000 for charity. It wasn't even
yeah.
for them.
I
I'm
remember.
like,
I think Ludacris was hosting, and this girl laid in a glass box so you could see it, and they dumped in scorpions. And of course, they put something in her mouth, and then they put in, what are those worms that they could eat you or whatever? They dumped them in, and then they dumped spiders. Now I agree. I think they probably were not poisonous, but you guys
right.
have fears of little creepy crawlers. I
Yeah.
think this also was the your teammate had to like do codes or whatever to get the key or
Right.
I'm sitting there watching it and like I probably could have done with the worms, okay, but the scorpions and there's just I they say you don't really
In
know.
my opinion, and if I was in that, the only
You
thing
would
I
not
would
want
be
to be
worried
part of
about is a little rodent. I hate rodents. I hate little rodents.
We
Yes,
all have
would I
that
like
thing.
do
Yeah.
do I want to be put into a box with snakes? No. It wouldn't bother me as much as if they said, "Okay, we got this box full of rats that we're going to dump on top of you." I'll be like, "All right, I'm out." Before we
So
even
now there's a
start,
new
I'm out.
fear factor now, right? With
Knoxville.
Johnny
think so.
Knoxville.
I
Yeah,
But
I
think so.
want to watch it.
Yeah, I
But back
haven't checked it out,
in
but
the
I think there is one.
but back in the day, Fear Factor, when they would make people just eat the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
god!
the most disgusting things.
But like
Things that regular people just wouldn't normally eat. Obviously, it's
Back
not going to
when
obviously it's not poisonous, so it's not going to kill you,
no, but I think you're right.
but
But
you got to put this gross thing in your mouth.
it's like if somebody told you that they guaranteed you that like all these rats or mice were harmless, they're not poisonous. It still doesn't matter. It's still the initial.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
bite,
Right. That's
they
what I'm
still
saying.
bite.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the rats could still bite, and that's
hmm
the snakes could still bite, I'm sure, but but I'm
Back
like,
when
no.
Joe Rogan had hair.
Yeah.
Rogan, that's
Yeah.
who it was. Good
Yeah.
job, Jackie.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
I liked the show. I liked watching it, but I'm like, no, because if I went on it, I would get one of the stupid ones where I had to eat stuff or I had to lay in a box with rats or whatever. And I have to trust my partner to come
No.
up with the right codes to get me out. And I'm like, no.
no. So that was good. I completely forgot about Fear Factor. Way to go, Jackie. Georgia was good.
Yeah.
So we had said on our commercial break, and I totally forgot about these guys. I'm sure because I just wanted to get away from that Fear Factor. I just remember the whole scorpion one. It was right here on the late. Oh,
yeah.
my God, whatever.
It was
Yeah.
the spiders
You
for
would-
me.
You would get the tarantulas, Jeff.
Mhm.
Both of you would.
And you
Both
know
of
what?
you would.
I would probably literally die, and all my liquids would just wow. So I'm sure we're all aware of this famous family, the Kardashians. I first of all, I don't know if you're aware, but one of them made a sex tape with the rapper there. I can't think of what his name is, Ray J or whatever.
Yeah.
Reggie.
And you are shocked that the tape leaked out. I mean, seriously?
Yeah. It's like, really? I mean, I watched.
I'm
We actually watched a few episodes of it, and some of it was just funny. I mean, I don't know, did it continue after they got divorced?
So it actually, didn't it get more viewers after Bruce Jenner changed? Right, he
I
came
don't
out.
know.
I would think so. They're
I didn't know.
still
I
going
wasn't sure if it
strong.
continued after he made the decision to do that. I don't know.
Because
I didn't
isn't
know.
there another Kardashian the son, he got beat up by a woman, by a girl named China.
Oh, Rob. He was married.
Yeah.
Was he married?
They were. I don't know if they
Had
were
a kid
married or if
together.
they were just together. I know they were together for a while.
And they had a kid together.
Yeah.
And the youngest daughter, is it Kendall? She's like a supermodel, and she's like the most normal. I say normal, but I think she's one of the few ones that didn't get like any plastic surgery or Botox or anything, right?
Yeah. 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 And like I said, I mean, some of the episodes were, they were just funny. I mean, it was like, okay, but we didn't watch many. But on that same note, where there's a family member that's normal, what's the Ozzy Osbourne reality show?
Oh,
they had. Yeah.
Ozzy.
Now you only really the only family
Osbournes.
members. Yeah, I think it was the Osbournes. Now you really only saw Ozzy, his wife, and Jack, and I can't think of the girl's name. There was a younger girl that was not on the show.
What's her name?
Because she was not like any of them, and she didn't want, I guess, to be part of it. But but yeah, I mean, she was not part of the show. And she's not as dramatic as any of the other four.
And I thought, when Ozzy did that, I don't think he needed the money. I don't think Sharon needed the money.
No. Well, he definitely didn't need the money, because I think right around that time was when Sirius XM. I think it was two separate at the time, because there was two different ones, I think, when they started out. But he has his own channel.
Yeah, but
so
they made him look like a frail, and I'm like, Ozzy Osbourne, like Black Sabbath, Iron Man, the guy who bit a bat, the head off, and
you couldn't understand a word he said.
The weirdest thing is, speaking of that, is when he's talking, I don't have any clue what he's saying.
Pretty much.
But he sings, and it's like,
yep.
Where's the accent? The accent's gone.
So
when he's singing, it's gone.
So then you go from Ozzy Osbourne to Hulk Hogan, and
Hulk Hogan, the show that they had,
and it's like wow, you just
yeah. He may have done it for the money, only because I don't know if we should badmouth people, but his
later
wife,
he got divorced, right?
Yeah. His ex-wife spent a lot of money.
Yep.
And I know he had a lot of money, but she spent a lot of money. As a matter of fact, when they got divorced, she got the house, the boat. She got like everything. She had a really, really good lawyer.
And which leads me into, have you ever watched, I think it's Netflix, I don't know who, the roast of so-and-so, you you're an individual. I know Donald Trump did it before. A whole, even Tom Brady did. You sit there and there's a whole. So it's like right after Hulk Hogan found out that his wife, Deborah, I think her name is. I could be wrong. I don't know. Right. It don't matter.
Nah, Linda.
Linda, right? Cheated on him. I think it was Nikki Glacier. I can't say it. Came up to the stairs and she's going, and she goes, "Hey Hogan, you know what that is?" She goes, "That's a 20-year-old's balls hitting your wife's forehead." But I'm thinking, like, why would you agree to go on a show like that? Like even Tom Brady, they were like, you gave up a wife, a house, and your kids to not win a Super Bowl or something. You know, so that's going in, you know, with Hogan and Ozzy and Ja Rule did
my
I'm
favorite
wondering,
one.
why would you do that? Why?
My favorite roast was they did Bruce Willis,
I never
and
saw that.
at the end he came out and he said, you know, because they get to go last.
Yep.
He came out and he says, I only did this. Well, he roasted a few of them, obviously, all of them. And then he said, I only did this. I only agreed to do this whole thing for one thing and one thing only, to tell all of you. And he used some pretty vulgar language, just like you'd hear on his movies. He goes, that Die Hard is not a fucking Christmas movie. Yippee-ki-yay to all you motherfuckers. And then he walks off stage.
Now I have to watch it because I'm a big but you know,
yeah,
like when you watch them, like they get very like Charlie Sheen. I don't know who it was, but some woman was like, you know, Charlie, you know, you shouldn't be proud or something of, you know, of the two girls' lives you ruined, you know, your daughters. And
right.
it's like, but
was
you
it?
know, it's all in good fun.
I don't.
Fuck you.
There was one. I know there was one that actually served time. One actor that I don't remember who it was, that served time for sleeping with a the underage girl. And
Rob Lowe.
Okay.
Rob Lowe was on it, yeah.
You're right. It is Rob Lowe. And they roasted him. And I don't know how many of them mentioned that on it, you know, and he's laughing about it.
Fuck that. Oh, or, what's his name? That Baldwin guy. Not is it Alec, the older brother? Holy, his daughter is a supermodel, and she basically said, and I mean, I'm going to ad lib. She said, "Thanks for not being around. I made it all on my own. So basically, fuck off, you know." And but I love you. It's like, oh, I love you too. And it's like, she just told you that you're. Again, I don't understand. We roast each other here, right? You know, we I don't think
right
too far, you know. We'll sit here and we'll talk about Eric being, you know, with the whole Will Smith and Armageddon and blah 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 blah. But can you
in Vegas and, you know,
can you imagine if one of us wanted to be like that? Like I wouldn't want it. And I would never do it. I would not be. I'd be like, click goodbye. But they sit there and they hear the most vile, personal, disgusting. Like I said, the Hulk Hogan one, that was like months after Linda cheated on him. So
I'm not gonna give away too much about it because you said you want to go back and watch the Bruce Willis one, but so many people, including the surprise speaker, which is Demi Moore. They all mentioned that one of their children is named Rumor. You know, like the rumor might have it that it is his, but you know, but a few of them have mentioned, you know, if you name one of your kids Rumor, there's a possibility that the rumor is they're not yours. You know.
See, but and you know, you literally sign the okay to sit there, and you have to take it, and it's like Pete Davidson. He he excuse me, somebody he wasn't being the roastee, he was just part of the crowd. And I don't know if you guys know this, but his dad died in the Twin Towers.
In Twin Towers,
Well, somebody got up and was roasting somebody, and they looked over at Pete Davidson because that's what they do, right? They go through the whole cast, and they were like something along the lines like, "You're still living off, you know, the memory of your dad or your dead dad and the whatever." And I'm thinking like, damn.
I heard one where I can't think of the actor's name that was doing the roast at that moment, but he said to Pete Davidson, he said, "This isn't the roast of Pete Davidson. No, this isn't the roast of Pete Davidson's dad. That was in 2001."
Okay, something like that. Yeah, and it's just
because he was one of the firefighters. If you don't know, he was one of the firefighters that went into the building.
Yeah, and you know, so you know, staying along with what this show is about, it's just like, man, like there's got to be some limits of, but you sign like what they did to Donald Trump. You know, you sign like it's going to be okay.
They must have got some good money.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the roast shows, they're funny and whatnot, and but I wouldn't. Not if I had a skeleton in my closet, I would not be going. They'd ask, "Hey, do you want to come on the roast show, or do you want to be the one we roast?" I'd be like, no,
No.
not if everybody, especially if everybody knows what you did,
Yep.
and we know how famous people are. Everybody knows everything about them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you
So
know,
about, say we got about like 10 minutes. The one of the ones I wrote down, I think Jackie, you talked about it. I think it's the first real reality show. Obviously MTV, The Real World. You remember the first one? Do you guys
yeah,
remember all the controversy that went in with that? So obviously, if nobody knows it, a group of people in New York City, they got put into like like a huge studio apartment. But I think there was a black, there was a white, there was a gay girl, but there was a gay guy. One of them ended up having HIV, and there was but that was like to me the first time a reality show 24/7, and they captured a lot, and then after the season, they had the cast up and they had everybody, or they had a crowd, and they were all asking questions because they thought it was make believe, and they were like, "No, I really am gay," and all that, and that's really what set off this whole.
oh yeah. That was. I don't remember any before that for sure. But that's kind of when reality TV really kicked in, and then now it's taken off. I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, MTV is full of them now. More music. I mean, more reality TV than music on the music television network.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I miss the videos. I miss pop-up videos. That's just me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Headbangers Ball every Saturday night.
Yeah, you remember you remember the first ever host of Headbangers Ball? I know we're getting off subject, but because I'm drawing a blank. He had long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Like Nelson?
No, no, no. No. Okay, so it was the '80s. He
Skid
had
Row?
he had hairspray in his hair. No,
Brett? Bon Jovi?
no.
No.
I don't know.
Mm.
I know who the second.
Oh, like what's
The,
his name? Twisted Sister guy?
no, not him.
D.
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 Dee
Snyder.
Snyder?
No, I don't. I don't remember.
Hold on, I had it and then I lost it, so now I have to look it up. And I don't know. Can you see the logo? Maybe not.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. God, just tell me who hosted it.
Ask Gemini.
No, Gemini hates me. Oh, Adam Curry.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that wasn't a blonde.
No.
and then it was Ricky Rackman.
Ricky Rackman. Yeah. Do you know who Ricky
Okay.
Rackman is?
Yeah, he was famous for being in Guns N' Roses videos.
I think he played with another band too.
Really?
I think so.
He was in November
Look
Rain
it up.
because he was
Okay.
sitting at the.
All right,
at
look up
the-
Ricky Rackman.
I'm doing it, yes, sir. I'm doing it right now.
You do that, and I'm going to mention the fact that Sean and I we listen to Spotify, and Spotify has an option where you can watch videos now. So most
Oh.
of them do have those old videos, but some don't. But that's a cool thing. So like Offspring pops up or whatever if we're listening to some 90s stuff.
Right.
We get to watch
Yeah.
some of those.
Yeah.
And those are cool.
Now, I've watched a few where like other people, like people that are listening to music outside of what they would normally listen to. I've been watching some videos of that, and it reminds me of some videos. And I'm not. Hey, I'm not going to know all the bands that have done it, But I got to thinking, I got to watching some of these videos, and some of these people got off really cheap on a video. Like some of the videos are very intense and very, they spent a ton of money on this video. But then
Mm-hmm.
I know Guns N' Roses did one, I want to say Garden of Eden.
Okay.
Garden of Eden, they did a video. I can't think of the name. Oh my God, what is it? Black Betty. Remember that old song? And then there's another one I can't. Oh, Shabuzi recently did one of his country songs, and I don't know which one, where they're literally like Guns N' Roses in theirs. There's a camera, and the guys in the band are playing, and they're just standing in front of the camera. There's nothing fancy. It's just a black wall, and they're just singing and playing the song in front of the camera. But they have a distortion on the camera, so when they get close, it like distorts their face and whatnot, and that's it. The one Black Betty, the band is in somebody's backyard. And they're just standing there singing the song in the backyard on the grass. And then Shabuzi has some of his friends standing in front outside of a bar by a pickup truck. He's singing.
Her song.
Yeah, he's singing, and they're drinking and talking, and that's it. What's the cheapest videos possible, and they were all hits. In their time, they were all hit videos, and they didn't do anything. Guns N' Roses did the most only because they had the distortion camera. So when you got close, and actually, if I'm not mistaken, Shabuzi's has, like Eric does sometimes, where the background is blurry.
Yeah. Yep.
And you only see Shabuzi in the front. You see the others, but you don't, they could be anybody.
I could be wrong, and we got like 5 minutes. I think Guns N' Roses November Rain was more expensive than Michael Jackson's Thriller. I could be wrong.
Oh, probably. So, first of all, it's a much longer song.
Yep.
It's like a 7 or 8 minute song.
And there was so much shit that was in.
Oh yeah. So much happened in the video. But like I'm saying, these other, and I know other people did it, and I know I left some artists out that did these types of videos, but they're the simplest video, where it's literally, like I said, it's just the band, like Black Betty is literally the band standing in the backyard, in somebody's backyard, in the grass, playing the music. That's it.
With like 10 people watching.
And then I don't even think you see the people watching. They're just standing in the backyard. There could have been nobody around. There could be a couple cameramen, and that's it. And they're just singing it in the backyard, like they're a band, like they're a garage band, and they're playing for the family reunion or something, And Aunt, I don't want to say Betty. That's the first thing that popped in my mind.
Aunt Black Betty.
But they're just in their aunt's or their mom's backyard.
What was the name?
That's the video.
Who sang Black Betty? Was it Ram Jam? Or
I don't know. But the song is Black Betty. Is the name of the song.
I love the song. Song by Ram Jam.
Ram Jam. Yep. Yeah. Now that you say it, that rings a bell. Yeah, and I don't know any other song that Ram Jam sang. To be honest with you, that's the only song I know that I can think of. I'm sure maybe if I heard another one, I would say, "Oh yeah, okay," But that's all the song is the group standing in the backyard, and most of them are just normal. The only one that's not is the guy, the one guitarist, has a really weird do-rag on that's like, I don't know, like 4 foot long, hanging off of his head. But other than that, I mean, the singer is literally, because he has I don't know if it's red or auburn, curly auburn hair, and he's got his regular everyday glasses on that he probably doesn't wear on stage when he was singing.
Well, what about White Snake with the girl on the car, and that's it?
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, Tanya Katan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just,
But
I
yeah,
don't
I
know
mean,
why.
you know, after you see some of the old 80s, 90s videos and they're elaborate, you know, and then you see a simple one where just some guy standing in front of a bar and over by the
Mhm.
Yeah.
pickup truck is three of his friends drinking and having fun and he's singing a song.
Mhm.
And that's
The
it.
video.
Or when they just use the video tape from their concert.
Right, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, set up a camera and we'll just, you know, and then that'll be the video.
If we ever get if we all ever get a house on the beach, we're definitely setting up some videos. But
Video
listen,
cameras. Yeah.
I don't want to go over because I want to make sure this whole thing is uploaded. So listen, before we go, I want to thank George and Jackie. I know it's been a while since we've been on. I know we just had some stuff going on, but I really want to say thank you for tonight. I needed to just to break the norm. You know, so I thank you guys. Because I know we were going to do something last week. I would just been total shit, obviously. So I'm glad we didn't do a show. I wouldn't want to do anything wrong by the show for you guys, but so I thank you guys for that.
Yeah.
But I had a great time tonight. We're gonna think of another great show for next Tuesday. Just before we hit our time limit here, for Miss Jackie Lynch and for Mr. George Muzzy, I've enjoyed this. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, because we need to get paid because we need a house on the beach. With that, this has been JK'z for Watchpower. Thank you for watching and or listening. So, whoa, wrong button. Whoa, Jesus, somebody take the wheel. Jesus, my mouse is not working. Stop it. There we go.